Welcome back everybody to another video on this channel. And this one, guys, is probably one of the most requested video. If you are tired of dirty drivers and dirty racing in GT7 and want to do something about it, then you just came to the right place. We are gonna have a look together why racing etiquette should matter the absolute most to you, what is considered clean racing, and what will get you actually labeled as a dirty driver. Maybe you are one of them and you just don't know it. And of course, probably the most important for all of you, how you can get out of the carnage and finally get to the other side, at least most of the time. So let's dive in, guys. What is considered clean racing in GT7, and as well why you should aim for the highest SR rating possible in the game. So guys, the benefits of clean racing and a higher SR rating is actually quite simple. The higher SR you got yourself, the better the matchmaking will be, and this will result, of course, in better races. So, to be quite honest with you, if you find yourself in a lot of dirty lobbies, it means most likely maybe you are currently not the cleanest yourself. And we all know where this most likely comes from. Most of us have good intentions, but our emotions get in the way. We are going to attempt revenge fouls, but I promise you, definitely avoid revenge foul. Just let this dirty driver go, no matter what he did to you. I know it might hurt in the very beginning, but I promise you, in the long run, it will pay dividends. And you will already find yourself in much better lobbies or even in much better races. You can't win against dirty drivers. It's not possible. Only way you can win against dirty drivers is not to engage with them, especially in the lower and medium tier lobbies. Alright, since we got that out of the way, let's actually discuss a little bit what is actually considered clean racing in Gran Turismo 7. And I think the most crucial one is actually to leave space when you are racing side by side. That's where the emotions are the highest and people tend to do the most stupidest thing. But it's really crucial that you leave your opponent enough racing room so that he can stay on the track and can get his corners done as well. Usually you would say racing is no contact sport, but that's just half the truth. Some contact is definitely tolerated, which is when you are side by side and you bump against each other a little bit. But the rule number one is don't force him off the track. Make sure he can get his corners, but a little bit of side by side is definitely tolerated in GT3 racing. The second biggest thing, guys, which ruins your SR is dive bombing corners. Dive bombing corners is wrong for so many reasons. First reason, most of the time a dive bomb is just costing you time and your opponent as well, and you just get all the other guys from the back into the toe and back into the fight. So dive bombing almost always loses you a lot of time. Secondly, a dive bomb is not a sign of a good driver. Once you have passed this guy, it's most likely that he will just dive bomb you back again, and you lost twice as much time, and you are twice as much in danger of being back in the fight with the other guys. And another really important thing is that you should use your radar in these crucial moments at the start, or when you know you are going to engage into the fight, that you actually are always aware where your opponent is around you. This should definitely make you a much cleaner racer, and as well at the same time avoid dirty drivers. You can see them actually coming when they dive bomb, and you can just let them dive bomb right past you. Another thing which is really affecting your SR negatively and will drop you back into more dirty lobbies are when you exceed the track limits. Exceeding track limits most of the time are not just costing you time, you most of the time get as well a penalty for it. And the penalty is considered by the game dirty driving, and you will get your SR penalized. And now, guys, let's get back to the juicy stuff. Let's have a look at the most common dirty behaviors and the behaviors that will get you labeled as a dirty driver on the track and will get you into a lot of trouble. Guys, a quick disclaimer from my side. We are working really hard here on this channel to hit the 2,000 subscriber. So if you enjoyed this video or you just want to help out, consider subscribing to the channel. It's free and it's really helping me out a lot. Thank you very much. So first, of course, we touched upon it already by what is considered clean racing. Dive bombing is just a waste for everyone's time, and you will just get a lot of hate towards you, and most likely you will get a revenge dive bomb, or you will just lose a lot of time in the process, and this will most likely ruin your race. The second most obvious one is, of course, punting someone off the track, or just even bump him in front of a braking zone, for example, that he's missing his braking point. You might think that it's a behavior which is not that bad because he's not off the track, but you forced him off his line. That's a dirty move, and you most likely will face a revenge foul. And another thing we touched upon on the clean driving, unsafe rejoins. Please make sure, if you are off the track, whether it's your own fault or whether you were forced off the track, that you don't get other people involved into your carnage. This will most likely bring you penalties, and as well this will get a lot of hate towards you from the other racers off the track. And of course, then there's a crucial one, which is there's a difference between defending into corners and blocking into corners. For once, you are not allowed to move under brake. So once you brake, you need to brake in a straight line, and you are not allowed to move again. As well, on the straights, guys, you are not allowed to weave around going from left to right. You are only allowed to move once for defending purposes. Alright guys, after all of this, I think it's important that we sum up the most important parts, which will help you to be a more respectable drivers, avoid carnage, and get more clean races on a daily basis. The hardest one probably because, yeah, it feels rough to do it, but give enough racing room, even if that means you lose 1 or 2 places in the process. The second big thing, don't dive bomb, guys. For so many reasons you find all in this video before. Don't dive bomb, don't be a troll, don't waste everyone's time on the track. Number 3 is handling the trolls. My biggest recommendation is don't fight back, stay cool, and let them go. For the most part, at some point they will leave you alone. And what happens most of the time as well is they will soon crash, take another driver out, and you gain plenty of positions, and you can just have a laugh about it. And last but not least, make sure you rejoin the track safely once you got off the track. Even if that means you lose more time, you lose more positions, but don't get other racers involved into your mistakes. Alright. Last but not least, I promised you a shortcut at the very end of this video, but I think it was important that we are all on the same page now. What is considered clean, what is considered dirty, and what can get you out of a lot of carnage on a daily basis. And the shortcut, guys, is there is a thing which is called the daily race A. It's mostly, to be fair, a really boring race with really slow cars, but the crucial thing is in this race that the DR is most of the time not affected. So you can actually finish P16, your DR will not take a hit, and basically no one cares what happens. But what you can gain is SR in these races, if you can get a clean race done. So what do most racers do? They go into these races, they are minding their own business, they finish P16, but they didn't engage with anyone, they get their SR rating up, and this way they make sure they stay in the safety rating S, and they don't have to deal with that many trolls in their daily lobbies. I would recommend though that you learn it the hard way, learn the basics, learn the racing etiquette, get familiar with it, and at some point you can really notice trolls, you can notice dirty drivers. The behavior is always the same, and you can avoid a lot of carnage in this process. Alright guys, I think that should cover it. But of course, let me know in the comments, what do you think about the racing etiquette in GT7? Did I miss some crucial behaviors? Do you disagree with some of the things I said? Or maybe you have other tips for the community